And again, that's what makes, again, the FitLine brand so powerful. And we know there's so many unhealthy segments of our population out there. And why is that? Because people are bombarded with poor food choices. You know, we eat way too much processed food, we eat way too much fast food, and as a result, our diets are deficient of nutrition. And that's where the FitLine brand comes into play, helping you bridge that nutritional gap. And hopefully it's the catalyst to jumpstart a healthier lifestyle. And with that, we've talked a lot about our products now and what they do and the benefits. It's time to hear from someone that can actually share their results from being on our FitLine products. And to do that, we have a person that's more than qualified to do so. She's Vice President Benedetta Manella. She's a wife. She's a mom of 2 growing kids. She's a vice president, as I said, from PM, and she's been with the company now for over 5 years. So please welcome from Potomac, Maryland, Benedetta Manella.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to talk about my experience with the FitLine products in general. And specifically today, I'm happy to share my happy ending with the Power Cocktail Junior. But first of all, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. Like Randy said, my name is Benedetta Manella. I am 45 years old. I am from Italy, but I've been in the US since 2016. And right now I live in Maryland with my family, my husband and my 2 children. Mattia is actually turning 14 on Monday, and Sophia just recently turned 2 digits, so 10 years old. And I was introduced to the FitLine products about 5.5 years ago by a friend of mine from Italy. And I must say, I said no to her for many weeks, many months. And eventually I decided to say yes for one reason. I wanted to prove her wrong. This is the truth, nothing but the truth. But when I said yes, and I started on the optimal set, I actually ended up proving myself wrong, because the very first night I got my rest rate, I slept like a baby through the night. It was, I don't know how long it's been since, you know, I didn't sleep like that. And in the morning when I tried the Power Cocktail, and all of them are so tasty as well, but like it really kicked my day, and I felt something I never felt before. I didn't even think I could feel like that. I felt the energy, I felt the clarity. And the more I was taking these products on a daily basis, the better I was feeling. And eventually, I was just focusing on myself at the time. I was just focusing on my benefits. And after a few months, Mattia's 3rd grade teacher reached out to me, and she mentioned that Mattia was probably having some attention deficiency. And imagine how I felt. I was really confused. It was the first time I actually heard ADHD. And so she invited me to reach out to the doctor and get him on medication. So it was like, wow, what do I have to do now? So luckily enough, our doctor, which is still the same doctor to this day, she gave me 2 options. She said, listen, it could be ADHD and we will evaluate that, but it could also be some nutritional deficiency. And when she said that, when she mentioned nutritional deficiency, something clicked. And I said, wait a minute, maybe I know what I can do. Maybe I know where to go and what to get for him. So I went on a website and I found the Power Cocktail Junior, which luckily enough was just being introduced to the US. So it was perfect timing. And I knew that the product was perfect because it was specifically designed for children starting from 2-3 years old up until 11-12 years old. And it was designed to give them exactly what they needed during those very important years, because during those years, we talk about growth, development, their bones, their muscle growth, everything, you know, needs the right fuel. So in agreement with the doctor, we decided to give it a try for at least a month. And I knew that a month would have been enough because thanks to the NTC, which is the king of our patents, the nutrients we get through the products go and work exactly when they're needed, where they're needed, directly into our cells. So we can absorb over 95% of the nutrients. So we get, you know, a very fast effectiveness as well. So that's what I did. I decided to get both my kids on the product. And also something very important, it tastes amazingly well, because bear in mind that both my kids are very picky. So I was worried that I had to push them every day to drink the product, but that wasn't the case, because it tastes amazingly well and they loved it right away. So they started taking the product, both of them again. And the first thing I noticed was their mood changing. Especially Mattia, I thought he was introvert, but eventually I realized he was just lacking energy because of not getting the right nutrients. So the mood, and then his grades started to go up. His teacher reached out to me and she said, so you got him eventually on medication? And I said, nope, I'm just giving him the right fuel every day. Imagine how I felt. It was such a relief. I felt so great as a parent. And in the long run, they become stronger. They were not getting sick as often as they used to. And I remember receiving a couple of times, actually, it makes me smile because that's funny in a way, but it's also great. Their teacher reached out to me asking me, you know, what are you giving them? Because the old classroom is at home sick and they're still here. They not even a runny nose. And I was like, you know, I felt amazingly well as a parent, because having two picky kids, it's really hard to make healthy choices. And knowing that just by giving them 2 scoops in the morning, I normally use the Activise scoops, but if you don't have that, it's basically 2 teaspoons in the morning with half a glass of water, and you give it to them every morning, and that's it. You don't think about it anymore. You have the peace of mind that you're giving them exactly what they need when they need it. And not only that, we heard before in the video that while taking care of our children, we also take care of other children in need in the world, thanks to PM We Care. So I think this is the best choice we can make as parents, as caregivers. And so if you didn't try it yet, please do so, because the sooner you start giving them the right fuel, the sooner they will become stronger. And imagine when they start so early in life, what they can do, what they can accomplish while growing up. So this is my happy ending. And this is why I love these products.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Benedetta. And that's just a great story. And again, it just validates something that I've always known. I've heard, you know, just all my working life, if you will. If you give your body good nutrition, good things are going to happen for your health. And that's the great thing about what we all do as PM team partners. We have the ability to introduce this great product to people and hopefully jumpstart hundreds and thousands of new health journeys, you know, every day. That's what we all need to be focused on. So again, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.